Arguably one of the greatest boss fights ever committed to film was when Ellen Ripley stepped out on the landing deck of the Sulaco in a power lifter and took it to the alien queen that stowed away. A towering monster the likes of which we had never seen up until that point, the alien or Xenomorph queen was the stuff of nightmares and is one of the most iconic horror creatures to have come out of the 80s. Now, Mega Construx has put this beast into your collection. Hi everyone, I'm Mac, and all hail the Queen. In 1979, Ridley Scott and Dan O'Bannon changed the world when they unleashed the nightmare horror of the Xenomorphs upon us through the breakout sci-fi horror hit, Alien. 7 years later, James Cameron would revisit the world of the movie Alien with his follow-up action blockbuster, Aliens. An iconic 80s action film, the sequel was a huge departure from the horror theme of the first movie, with hordes of alien xenomorphs literally throwing themselves into the gunfire of colonial marines. The horror of hordes of xenomorphs was only to be outdone in the third act of the movie by the reveal of the alien queen herself. Standing 4 times the size of the xenomorph drones, the queen is the ruler of the horde and the source of the hive, capable of laying up to 15 eggs per hour, according to Xenopedia. When attached to her egg sac, the queen is basically immobile, relying on the hive to attend to her needs and protection. But when she tears away from it, the queen becomes a monster in her own right. Standing over 12 feet tall, the spindly build of the alien queen belies her true strength and power. After all, the queen did take on Ripley in a hydraulic powerlifter and almost won. Mega Construx brings the alien queen to your collection in her full glory, minus the egg sac. Completely brick-built, the Mega Construx alien queen's parts are molded in black and gray and creates an amazingly accurate representation of the movie monster. Mega Construx molded new pieces for the creation of this beast, with unique 6-fingered hand elements and all newly molded pieces for her overly extended crown. As with all of Mega Construx quality builds, the lines of her exo-skull are printed and not stickers. As a built figure, the alien queen is completely posable with numerous points of articulation, including a fully articulated tail. Every joint of the queen is a ball joint, giving it full range of motion. I have to admit that the articulation possibilities of the alien queen can rival that of some of the top-end action figures. Even the smaller secondary arms on her chest are more mobile than I was expecting when I saw pictures of her. The Queen has something that her Mega Construx minions don't have, and that is this, the iconic secondary mouth of the Xenomorphs. It looks good extending from her open maw, but the piece can also be easily removed and the exterior jaw closed. Her build is tall and thin, just like her big screen counterpart, with a massive head crown and long tail. Being built to be nearly screen accurate has a slight disadvantage in that her feet and legs are too small to properly support her, unless you use her long tail as a third leg. In short, she's not very well balanced. In fact, she's not balanced at all. This was an instance where form won out over function, and Mega Construx was very aware of this, so they provided us with these 2 plate pieces. They're small, and they don't look like they do much, but by fitting these on her small feet, the alien queen suddenly has the ability to stand on her own in a variety of dramatic poses. The Mega Construx Alien Queen is a great model and is built more or less to scale with the Xenomorph micro action figures that they just released a second wave of. If you're a collector of the Alien figures, then the Alien Queen is a must-have to lead your hive, especially with a price-to-part ratio that is actually pretty excellent for a third-party IP piece like this. My hope is that this is just the beginning of Mega Construx expanding on the Alien universe, mainly because I would love to get a power lifter to match up with the Queen. I doubt that we'll get anything for the Colonial Marines though, as Mega Construx produces various Marine sets for Halo, and let's face it, most of the original Halo designs were based on aliens in the first place, so using those pieces for the Colonial Marines is a no-brainer. You may have also noticed that I labeled this video as part of what I'm calling the Xenoverse. This is a collection of Mega Construx franchises that, thanks to some wizardry by Dark Horse Comics in the 90s, have crossed over at numerous times, including things like Aliens, Predator, and Terminator, so there's a lot more coming down the line for this series. In the meantime, play well everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, thank you for watching.